Hello friends, I'm back with a video, and today in this video we are going to create our profile page. So in the previous video we have created our sign up form. In the first video we created the sign up form. Then in the previous video we just created the login form where the user logs in. Means if the user email is right and password is right, from the database we check whether the username email is right and the password is right, then we log in the user. So here everything was right, so user is logged in. Okay, so today in this video we are going to design a profile page. So first of all, we will include our header file. We'll include our header file. In our header file exists our bootstrap file. Okay, so we have included our header file. Okay, now I close our head here. We are closing our head here because in the header file the head is open, and we'll give a title to the page, profile page. Now from here we'll open our body tag. Close our body tag, and here the HTML tag. Now we'll create a div, give it a class of bootstrap, which is container, and here I will specify some things. I'll give a style. The style will be margin top 10 pixels, not 10, 20 pixels. Okay, first of all I will give a background color to our page. Type, I'll open a style tag, close it over here. Okay, in the body I'll give it a ID body BG, body background, and I will work on this ID body BG, and I'll give it a background color. And now just open our profile page. So the color I think is, I thought it would be gray. Okay, so it's a little gray color. And here I will give margin bottom 20 pixels. Okay, and I will give width I will give 1200 pixels, and height I will give 600 pixels. Now let us check it out. Okay, for this also we have to specify the background color of the style. Then give here background color, background color FFF. Okay. Let us check it out. Okay, beautiful. We'll increase a little from the down. Hmm. 640 pixels. Okay, now let us check it out. It's okay. Okay, it's okay. Plus it is responsive also. Means in the tablet it will look like this, and in your mobile phone it will look like this. Okay, rest everything is okay. Now what we will do is we'll create a button. I'll give it a class. What class it will be? Button btn outline success to log out. This is the logout button of the profile page, from where the user will log out, and we'll give it a style. Style will be float right. So now you can see button. Now what we will do is we will margin tops, add style margin top 20 pixels. Okay, yes, now it looks good. At the right top, logout button. Okay, now we will work. We close the div here, and now what we will do is we will go to our login page. In our login page now, if the everything is working fine, means if the email and the password exist is true, then we redirect the user to profile.php page. Okay, this was working. Okay, means everything is right, means email is also exist in the database and password the user has written is also right. Then we redirect the user to profile.php page. Okay, now what we will do is we'll create a session here. So what is session? Session is basically used to send data from one store data and send data to from one page to another page. So from this login page we are going to create a session. Before creating session we have to start a session. So we'll use a session variable called session function session start. Whenever we work with session variables, we have to start the session. Okay, now so we are at the top, we have started the session. If we will not start the session, then it will show undefined error. And we'll create a variable over here, session. Okay, and here we have to give a name to the session. I'll explain you what we will give. Okay, now what we are assigning in the session variable is the $email. What is this email? This email is what the user is typing. Okay, if everything is if the email is right, then we'll store it in a session variable and we'll give it a name mail. Any name you can give, any name. Okay, I'm giving mail for our example. Okay, now we'll save it this page and go to the profile page. And what I will do is, first of all, I will when I have to work with session variables, first of all I will start our session over here, session start. Okay, then we will create a variable name email, and then what we will do is we will take the value of that session variable and store it to $email. So what we have done is we have just used this session variable and we have stored the value of this session variable which we have taken from this login page, and we have stored it to $email variable. Okay, now what I will do is I will echo out the mail, then it would be clear to you what I have done basically. PHP echo will echo out the email of the user which is logged in. Okay, I'll first of all go back. Okay. Uh, so here you can clearly see the user which we have logged in with is showing its email. Now with the help of this email, this email will fetch out all the data of the user from the database. Okay. So what we will do is we will run queries. I'll create a variable called result and run a query. Okay. mysql query. First two parameters we have to give here. First is the connection. So here we have to include this config.php file because we have to give our connection, which is in includes folder config.php. So we'll use the query select first underscore name. We have to just give the names of the fields which are stored in the database, then last underscore name, then image img. Okay, so these things I've used because first name under last underscore name and the image name is img. What I will do is echo out the first name and the last name of the user and this profile image what he has chosen. Okay, select first name last name image from. Now we have to give here the table from where we have to fetch the data. So the users, select first name last name image from users where mail equals to $email. Here we have used mail because in our database we have created a field named mail. Okay, that's why we have specified mail, and we will fetch out these three data of the user where mail equals to $email. Means if the email which we are taking over here will take the data from the database with first name last name and image from the user whose email is this. Okay, now in the next we will fetch the data. Create a variable called retrieve and we'll run mysql fetch array. Okay, fetch array, and we will fetch from results. Now one thing I will show you, very cool thing. You will use printr function retrieve. Okay, now I'll show this thing what this printr function does. Line number 7 is showing an error. Undefined variable result on line number, so the results I've written its result. Okay, so what I have means print r use this function print r, and I have given in the value retrieve. Okay, so what this print r function will convert it in the string into the query into an array. Okay, so here in the first name we have this name, and in the last name we have this name, and in the image we have this thing. Okay, so this is printar. If you have any queries regarding to the queries, so you can just use this function printar and check every field, okay, every variables by using this function printar. Okay, now what I will do is I will create variable called first name and another variable called last name, and I'll create one more variable image, and I'll take data from the array first name, then retrieve last name last underscore name, then retrieve, here I will give img. All the fields here you can see these fields we are okay. So all the data is now stored in the first name, okay, the last name and the image variable. Okay, now what I will do is I'll echo out all the values. So first of all I'll use a h2 tag and align center. Welcome. In the line I'll echo out php echo dollar first name, okay, and then through concatenation I'll echo out last name dollar last name, okay, and here I'll close the h2 tag. So let us check it out. What is our output? So here you can see the output. The username means the username of this email was Gaurav Abnare. So here you can see the output. In container I'll add padding style padding top 10 pixels. Okay, now it looks okay. Now what I will do is this I'll capitalize this first alphabet of both of these words, of the first name and last name. I'll capitalize the words. So in PHP we have a function called uc first. Very cool function it is. Means that if the user what he has written his first name and last name in the first letter in lowercase, so we have just capitalize the first alphabet, okay. In the database it is stored in lowercase, means the user has this wrote in lowercase, okay, we have just capitalized all these things, okay. Now we will echo out the user's profile image, what the user has used his image source. In the images folder we have stored all the profile images. This is the folder where users images are stored, and in the images folder, and the image which we have to use will be of the user dollar image. Okay, now let us check it out. So this is the image which user Gaurav has used as his profile image. So this was the variable we have fetched out the image of the user and we have echo out it here. So the image was very big, okay. This might happen that the user would means upload any image of any height or width. So what we will do is we will use style and we will decrease the width to 350 pixels, okay. Let's check what happens. Okay, we'll put it in center. Applying it in center, what we will do is we'll open the center tag over here and close center tag over here. Okay, now the image is in center. Because of this button it's going down. We will fix this thing also. After this, we'll use two BR tags. Still it's showing that only. We'll change the margin top to. We'll change the margin. We'll remove the margin top from the button. Okay, because we have added padding to the container, so then we don't need to add it. Okay, now here you can see the image is in center. Plus our page is also responsive. And tablet, it is completely responsive. Okay, now what we will do is we'll apply a class in our image, a bootstrap, which is image fluid. In bootstrap 3, the for making the image responsive according to the screen size was image img dash responsive, but in bootstrap 4 it is image img dash fluid. Okay, and one more thing we will use is image thumbnail. Let's check what happens. Yes, you can see a beautiful border over it, responsive. We'll got a responsive design also. Everything is okay. This logout button is also beautiful. Okay, now what we will do is the user has logged in successfully. Now we'll log in with another user to check whether everything is working on fine or not. This user is manas@gmail.com. So this user exists in the database. And password of the user. Okay, now log in. So here you can see this was the email, and what is the first name? Manas, and the last name was Sharma. So Manas Sharma, and the profile image what the user uploaded was this. So now according to you, you can add anything, means any content on this page according to you. So this is the basic thing I've added in our profile page. So now according to you can design it further and add more features on your profile page. So now I will create this login button, working login button. Okay, so what we will do is we'll give it a link, anchor link, ref logout.php. We'll create this page logout.php, and we'll close the tag over here. I will do one more thing. I will just take all the fields, means all the data, the line in the next line, because it would be clear to you to see. Okay, it's everything which is going outside. I will do it here, so that it would be easy to see to you, visible to you. Okay, okay, and here also style. Means you are watching a video, that's why if you have a problem in if you have missed anything, so what you will just skip back and check what I have written. So I have just put it in a single, means in a single page only, so it would be easy to you to learn. Okay, now what I have created is logout. What I have to create is a link, this logout page. Okay, to create a logout.php page, when the user clicks on this button, logout button, then only it will work. Okay, when the user clicks on logout, so it will direct it to logout page. Okay, so now we will create a logout page. So in our htdocs folder, we will create logout page, logout.php. So basically in the logout page, what we will do is we will just destroy the session. Means the session which we have started over here, and we have used the through session we are taking the value of the user. Okay, so we'll destroy the session over here. I'll completely explain you what will this thing will work. First of all, as I told, when we work with session we have to start the session, and now here we will destroy the session. Destroy session, destroy, and we will do header, redirect the user to sign up login page. Okay, header location login.php. Now first of all I will show you what this thing is doing. Okay, now this users click on logout, so he has redirected to the login page. Okay, now I'll log in another user. Now just click on logout. So this logout functionality is working fine. Okay, now one more thing I will check is if the user is not logged in and it tries to go to profile.php page. So here you can see undefined variable, that session variable, it is showing wrong, and this welcome everything is working wrong, and logout, when it click will go to the login page. Okay, so what we will do is now we have just destroyed the session of the user. Okay, now if you remember, we'll create a function now. Okay, means if the user is not logged in, then he would not be able to go to this page, profile.php page, and now he is going to the profile.php page. If the user is not logged in, then what we will do is we'll not let him to come over here. So for this we will create a function. So we'll go to our function.php page, and what we will do over here is we'll create a function. We'll create a function logged in. We'll name the function as logged in. Okay, and the parameter which I will here we have to specify no parameters. Okay, if what we will do is if session $session mail is equal to what we will give over here is equal to the is null, means if there is no value in the session variable, what we will do is we will return true. Okay, else we will return false. Okay, so this would be clear to you that if the session variable has no value, then this thing will run, means it will return true, else it will return false. Okay, now we'll go to the login page, profile page, and we'll call this function. Before calling, we have to include that file, which is in includes functions or php. Okay, now we will call that function if after this variable we will add it session start. Okay, either if we'll not add it here, then what it will show an error. If dollar we'll call the function over here, this function which we created is logged in. We will call out the function logged in. So here we have called the function if logged in. What we will do is we'll redirect the user to the sign up page. Means if the user is not logged in, then we will redirect him to the sign up page. Okay, so what we will do is here what we will if logged in, then this code will run. No, what we will do, okay, let me work with this header and we'll check it out what is happening. Location, we will give it as login.php. Okay, now let us check it out. Now here the user is not logged in. Okay, now let's check it out. What does it do if the user tries to go to profile.php page? Expected error on line number 8. What is the error? Line number 8. Okay, we have to put it in double quotes. So now this thing is working fine. Our function is working awesome. Okay, we will go to profile.php. If the user has not logged in, so it will be redirected to login page. Means previously what was happening was if the user tries to go to the profile page, he was able to go to that profile page. But now if the user is not logged in, means he have not entered this field and just logged in with his proper email and password, so he would not be able to open the profile.php page. Okay, now we'll log in the user and password. I think still it is not letting the user to log in. Yes, everything is working fine. Means the user is now logged in and now he can go to the profile page. And I'll log out the user and now I'll try to go to the profile page, profile.php. Yes, the user is not able to log in to the go to the profile page. If he's logged in, then only he can go to the profile page. Once more time we will check it out. Another user I'm logging in. What happens? Yes, the user has logged in successfully. But I think there is some problem. Yes, everything is working fine. Everything is working fine. And now if the user wants to go to the profile page, he is not able to go to the profile. He is not able to go to the profile page until and unless he is logged in. Okay, if you remember, we have created keep me logged in also checkbox. Okay, now we will work with this thing. We will not make this thing field mandatory. What we will do is we will create cookies if the user clicks on keep me logged in. In Facebook also you have seen that keep me logged in checkbox. What that keep me logged in does is if the user clicks on keep me logged in and click on login, so what happens is after he just close the browser also, and after 1 hour or after 2 hours he opens his browser again, so still he will be he is logged in. Means he have to not to open means login again. Okay, So this functionality will put in our login form. Login form. So for that, here we have created a variable and we have named it. Okay, not in the login page we have created a variable. Okay, what we will do is, okay, we have given it a name, submit. Not submit, no, here check to the our checkbox. Okay, what we will do over here is, after this session variable, we will leave if is set, not is set, we will take the value at the top over here. We have taken the value that if of this checkbox over here, that we have created a variable checkbox. Okay, then we have used this is set and post check. I will create it once more and clear what we have done. Okay, so here we have created a variable called checkbox, and we'll check whether the user has clicked on that checked the tag checkbox or not. If the user has checked the checkbox, we will take the value from the user from the variable name, which is check. Okay, now we will use if dollar checkbox, the variable checkbox is equal to on, means if the checkbox is clicked. Basically the checkbox returns two values. If checkbox is clicked, means is checked, then it returns out a value on, and if it is not checked, then it return out at a blank value. Okay, so if here the checkbox is checked, what we will do is we'll create a variable. We will create cookie. Basically we will set cookie, and in this we can give many parameters. Here we can give many parameters. So for here I will give three parameters. Okay, the first parameter will be a name. Okay, so here I will give a name mail. Okay, and for what we have to, of what variable we have to create the cookie. Okay, so here of mail variable I am creating a cookie, and for what time I'm creating a cookie. Okay, so here I have to specify that time. So I'll give it as for 30 seconds. For our just for explaining you, I'm just giving 30 seconds. If you have to give more, then you can give. And one more thing, here only we can specify only in seconds only. I mean, this is 30 seconds for one day. You have to specify. Then you have to specify the time period, the seconds, which are how many seconds are in one day. Then you have to specify over here the seconds of one day. Okay, so what this line is doing, it is creating a cookie of dollar email. Dollar email, what is dollar email here? Dollar email is the email which user takes. Okay, the user is typing. Okay, now we are storing this dollar email in a very name called mail. Okay, and it is active for 30 seconds. Okay, now in a profile page, what we will do is, over here we will take value of email. Okay, from the cookie. Okay, of the mail. No, we'll not use mail name here. We will, because the session name and the cookie name will be same. That's why we'll not take the main here variable name. We will give it as name. Okay, any name you can give. So that's why I've taken name here, but not same. Dollar email. Okay, Okay, now what we will do is mm, what we will do here we will do if is set $email. Okay, if the email is set, then this code will run, and we'll remove this session variable from here and we'll copy it at the else part. Okay, I'll explain you what I'm doing. If through cookies a mail has come, means a variable has come from the cookies and stored to $mail. If is set email equals to is not equal to null. Okay, if $email is not equal to null, means if there in the email variable there is value, okay, then this code will run. Okay, we will create an else thing, and here it will get off. The if statement will end over here. Okay, and if the user is now else part, here only we'll start the else part. Else we will take the user through the session one. Okay, I'll just copy these things and save this thing. Okay, now refresh. Basically what I have done is, I'll explain you also what I have done. Else part we have given it. Okay, means if the user is logged in through the cookies, here what we are doing is, if we are taking the quick cookie, if the cookie is not empty, if the cookie is this $email will store the value of this cookie. If the $email is null, means doesn't have any value, then this part code will run. Okay, over here. And then else, in else, if the means the cookie has don't have any value, means if the cookie have no value, then this part will run. Is null, means if the $email at the top over here is null, means it will go to the else statement, and here else we will take the value from the session. Okay, now I'll run this thing and check it out. Now I'm logging without cookies. Keep me logged in without logging in on line number 11. If set mail, what it is showing error. Unexpected key is not identical, expecting comma or this. Okay. No, everything is right. If we set $email is not equal to, I think this would work, but line number 11, comma will come over here. I think double quotes would work. If we set email, no, we'll remove is set from here. Oh, I'm doing wrong thing. We will remove is set from here, because line number 76. Wait. it is showing error on line number 76. The error is PHP. That there was okay. Undefined index name. Means the else part is not working over here. If part has started from here and ended over here, okay, then else part has started over here. Means if the user is trying to log in without cookies, is not able to log in. Line number 10. Okay, we will put this thing in if and we'll put it in is set. Now everything will rock. Everything will work fine. Okay, now let us check it out. On line number 10. Line number 10, what is the problem in line number 10? It was set email cookie name. Something mistake I am doing. Some mistake I am doing. This profile page. What should be there? Okay, got it. If is set cookie then name, okay, then what we will do is the email here we will store the email. Okay, the mistake what I was doing is now here we will store the email. Now everything is working fine, will work fine. The mistake I was doing here means if the cookies consist of any value, then only this will run. Okay, now let us check it out. Now the user is okay. I'll log it out and then log in. Now here the user is logged in through the cookie. Oh, sorry, through the session. Okay. Now I will log in the user using the cookie and tell you an awesome thing. Okay, now the user has logged in through the cookies. Okay, now what we will do is I'll close the browser and now I will open the profile page. So the profile page has not opened, means there's anything wrong with the cookie. There's something wrong with the cookie. What's wrong with the cookie? Everything is right. I think we must exceed the time to 90 seconds. I'm using another browser because I think that browser are facing some problem. Project folder and If the user tries to go to the profile page, he will be redirected to the login page if he is not logged in. And now I'll log in the user with keep me logged in, checking on the keep me logged in button, click on login. So now the user has logged in, okay, through the cookies. Okay, now I'll close this and again open that browser and open the profile page. File.php page, but it is not opening. It is not opening because we have called this function, which is just over here. We have just called the function logged in, and what the logged in function is doing for us, it is just checking the session variable. Okay, means if the user is logged in with the session variable, it is just this function is checking the session variable. Means if the user is logged in with the cookies, so then it will not return anything. If the user is logged in with cookies, then it is not checking with whether the user is logged in with the cookies or not. So here it just matters with the session only. Okay, for it him just matters with the session only. Okay, so in the function we will use the or operator, or dollar underscore cookie name is equal to null. Okay, now let us check it out. Everything will work fine. I'm sure everything will work fine now. Keep me logged in, login. So yes, the user has just logged in. Now I'll close the browser and open the browser again, and now open that profile.php page. Come on, no, no. If the cookie is null, cookie name is null, okay, I'll try over here. I've saved the page or not. This is saved. Dollar cookie name. This must work now. Keep me logged in. So we are logged in through the cookies. Okay, now I'll close it and open the browser again. This must open now, but it is not opening. Even we have logged in with the cookie. I don't know why this cookie is not working. Barcode equal to null and return true, else false. Let us check it out. What happens now? I think now it will work. So the user is logged in with the cookie now. Just close the browser. And now just opening the profile.php page. Come on, no, it is not working. Put this thing in else also. Okay, over here I will add this set. Remove this thing. Not getting why it is not working. It must work. Everything is fine because the user is also not logging in. Now we have came with a new problem. I'll add this only. Okay, for now I'll just leave this cookie. I'll check it out and tell you in the next video about the cookie. I think it is working fine, but not getting what is the problem we are facing. I think we must exceed the time of the cookie. Okay, so what we will give the file page else. In the login page, we will exceed the time of the cookie to 9. Wait. Now let us check it out. I think now it must work. Everything is working. Our session is working more than fine. So now the user is logged in through the cookies. Now I close the browser and try to go back to the profile page. Come on. Okay, now this thing is not working. Oh, I've not yet saved the profile page. Now I'll save. Check it out again. Close the browser and localhost profile.php. Okay, this thing is not working. Okay, don't worry about it. I'll cover this thing in the next video about this cookie. Not everything is okay, but I'm not getting what is the problem we are having. The cookie is null. Then return this. But if the cookie exists, okay, now I will leave this cookie thing. Now rest everything is working fine. I will explain you the cookie in the next video without wasting your time. So now through the email, if the user logs in, he is redirected to a profile.php page, and from here we will destroy, log it out, log in out the user, and if the user tries to go to profile page, is not able to go to the profile page directly. Okay, so the cookie I will explain you in the next video. Okay, so that's it guys for this video. I'm sorry about this cookie problem. So I will cover this cookie part in the next video. Thank you guys for watching this video. In the next video, first of all, I will clear this cookie problem, and then we will work on our forget password. If the user has forgotten his password, then how will he change his password from the we'll create a forgot password form also, from where the user will take two things from the user. We will take the email and the date of birth which we have taken from the sign up form, and then we will change the password of the user. So that's it guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Do like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more amazing tutorials.